For us, there are two important points in time. The first one is when we start to ramp up again the production. And we think this could be in the second half of 2021 for the single aisle, much later for the wide bodies. We think the long haul market is impacted for a long time. And when we look at when will we deliver again for the first time the same number of planes we delivered in 2019, it was 863 at that time, we are thinking of around 24. Between 2023 to 2025, and again, with a faster recovery on the single aisle compared to the wide-body aircraft.
How many customers have, how many orders have actually just been cancelled? To, forget about. What would you say percentage-wise? You've just had airlines say to you, we're not going to need those planes. And then, of course, you've got those who say, we're not going to need that plane, but we will take this one instead.
Indeed, we had very few cancellations in 2020. It came a bit as a surprise. We thought initially we would see more. We have had a lot of demands for deferrals, and basically it's all been about replanning production and deliveries and postponing pre-delivery payments accordingly. So that's been the bulk of the work we've done last year, but we've not seen that many cancellations. The vast majority of airlines want to still retain their ability to take delivery of planes at a later stage.
If we look at the economies of Europe, well, first of all, you've managed to weather Brexit. Do you still believe that production in the UK is viable for Airbus?
Well, it's not only viable, it's competitive. And we really enjoy the footprint, the workforce, the support we have in the UK. And we're very happy that Brexit being behind us with an agreement, the relationship between the EU and the UK can move forward positively, and we'll try to contribute to it. So yes, indeed, we are in the UK, we like the UK, we will continue to prosper in the UK, and we expect the UK to contribute to the competitiveness of Airbus moving forward.
Life's too short for the litigation between Boeing and Airbus over subsidies. You and I will have retired by the time that finally is put to rest in some shape or form. But the protectionism that came from the 220 and all of that happened under the Trump administration, do you now believe that is behind and that you can look forward to a more fruitful relationship with the US administration?
The main area of conflict has really been the tariffs and the Boeing, Airbus, EU-US conflict on subsidies. We are now in a lose-lose situation where Airbus planes going from Europe to the US or Boeing planes going from the US to the EU are impacted by 15% of tariffs. I believe it's lose-lose. It's lose-lose for everybody in the industry, including our airline customers. So we have the conditions in place for what I call a ceasefire or suspension of tariffs and then a negotiation. So I think we could see the end of the trade conflict between the EU and the US on commercial planes, and we want to play our role in finding these agreements.
Final question. Guillaume, what's the one thing you need now? The one thing that, as obviously vaccination comes along, travel comes along, but as a plane manufacturer, what is the one thing you now need?
On the short term, we need passengers to be able to fly because they want to fly. So that's really about the decisions made by governments to reopen borders and give certainty. And on the mid-term to long term, we need to manage successfully the challenge of decarbonization. If we manage to have CO2-free airplanes, this will be the best mode of transport without impact on the ground, for fauna, for flora, for the earth, the water, and beneath the earth. So that's really what we want. Short-term, moving away from COVID-19, long-term, decarbonizing our industry.